How's it going, everybody? Time to take a look at another unboxing. During this whole COVID shutdown situation, had a little bit of extra money, mainly because I don't have to pay for gas and a bunch of meals eating out. But now that I'm back to work, my budget has shrinked a little bit, but I'm still finding older games, out-of-print games that look fun, that aren't going to break the piggy bank. I just love opening packs, playing games, trying them out. Megaman NT Warrior. I never got to play this when it was around. Produced by Decipher. You can even see the name on the logo there. Based around a cartoon series, if I remember correctly. There are several other YouTube videos out there about how to actually play the game, so I'm not going to steal anyone's thunder. Instead, let's just take a look at the cards, and I'll try and explain a little bit about the game as we do so. I mean, just look at how fun that packaging is. I mean, Mega Man, always had a little bit of a soft spot for Mega Man, as do several of you out there in game and hobby land. Mega Man was one of those games that I had chicken pox when I was in high school, and I had to stay home, quarantined in my bedroom. Of course, one of the only things that got me through was the fact I had a Sega Genesis and a TV in my room at the time. This was when the Sega Genesis was an old, outdated system. But I had both Earthworm Jim, amazing game, but I also had a couple of the Mega Man games. My favorite was one of the... It's where you got to play all like the different elemental Mega Mans, and you had to fight different elemental bosses. Oh my goodness, I played a lot of Sega games back then. This is one Wolverine game. It was the first time I ever saw a game where you didn't have to save. Instead, when you beat something or progressed somewhere, it gave you a save code, and then you would just put that code in, and it would load everything that you had accomplished. It was really neat. But Mega Man always had a little bit of a soft spot for it. So some of these cards, I mean, you can look at them, you're probably not even going to know much of what about them. Obviously, you can tell that that's a cost up there. This is actually going to be think of it like a resource symbol. Some cards will require you to have a certain amount of resource symbols. These down here are basically, you need to have that much energy in play, and energies are going to be face down cards. And then there are going to be different color cards. There's blue, there's green, there's yellow, there's red. Each of those are going to come into play as well. Oh, and they had foils. That's awesome. Just the foiling on the like the motherboard foil. Wow, making your opponent discard down to one card. That's pretty cool. Mega Man Battle Master. So these were your characters. You would start with one of these in play. Let me move some of these boosters off. You would start with one of your character in play. I forget exactly what they call it. And then you could have up to 2 resources on either side. And then down underneath it, you would have cards being played face down, up to 5 of them. So at the start of your turn, you would get a card from the top of your deck that would be placed down into one of those energy sections. So every turn, another one would come down, then another one would come down, then another one would come down, and so on until you had 5, or you used one of your blasts. Your blast rating was the bottom one. And then you would flip over that many cards. So blast 4, you would flip over 4, you would choose your best one, 5, and then you would add your strength to it, so 7. And you compare that against your opponent's defense, so 4, and then you mill your opponent that many cards. And you won by milling your opponent out. So this Mega Man, that's a pretty good one. 2, 3, 4. Doesn't have any special abilities though, but still, Mega Man, awesome. So we got a Mega Man, and this is his faction symbol right here. It's based off of his earlobe design there. So let's just take this one for example right here. You need to have 3 of those energy cards out. You can burn a power to make your Navi, that's what they're called, Your characters are actually called net navies. I guess that's a term from the cartoon series. Strength +1 for each resource in play. So like this would be a resource, it says right there. And again, you can have 2 on either side, so you could get up to +4 on that. That's awesome. I'm going to keep Megaman aside. That's pretty awesome. There were only 3 sets for this, at least that I've been able to track down. One of them was called Grave. This one is Grand Prix. I think there was another one called Power Up. You can usually find booster boxes of these for about 10-12 bucks. This booster box I got as part of a bundle. I was able to get 2 of each starter deck. So 6 starters. I'll show you one of them right here. Ooh. Yep, so the Power Up set. 60 card starter deck. There was a website out there. It's called Hills Wholesale Gaming. That's where I find a lot of these old out-of-print games for reasonable prices. When I got these, he had a special going on. Oh, Airman. That's awesome. 1, 2, 3. Whenever you play a battle chip, you may return to 2 resources to their owner's hands. Awesome. That's pretty cool. But he had a special going on his website. As I was browsing, I was actually looking for some Highlander card game cards and some Force of Will card game cards. I just happened to see Megaman on there, so I checked it out. He had a deal. It was like 45 bucks, and you got 2 of each starter. So 2 starter from each of those 3 sets. So you got 1 of each starter that was available. And then you got a booster box of each of those sets. So you got 6 starters and 3 boosters for like 45 bucks. That is more than enough cards to get into the game, have a fun weekend or two, just cracking packs with your friends, and just getting into just something fun to do on weekends. Split them up, make really competitive decks, or just put limits on what you're allowed to build. I mean, come on, 6 starter decks and 3 booster boxes for 45 bucks? That's amazing. I do not regret buying this at all. That's awesome. Look at that picture. Unwavering loyalty. And so like here you would need to have one of those symbols in play, which if you had Megaman in play would give you one of those symbols. Discard a card to make your Megaman blast -2. Place this card in your power gauge. But before I picked it up, I did look up a couple of those YouTube videos just to see how to play the game. Oh wow, look at this guy. Snake Man, the Sly Bandit. Strength 1, Defense 3, Blast 2, no special ability. See, this Grand Prix set looks pretty awesome. Can't wait to open up some of the other sets. I'm probably not going to make a video about them. If you see triangle symbols like this, apparently you just need cards of that color. It doesn't really matter what symbols they have. So this one you would need a yellow card in play. Boomer 1. Make your net navi strength +3. Battle chip. Awesome. And it looks like there are different strategies that you can go for. Oh, who's this? Iceman. Oh, I remember that character. Deceptively cool. Strength 1, Defense 3, Blast 4 does have a special ability. Whenever you play a resource, you may make your opponent place a card from hand in his or her power gauge. It's kind of neat. The power gauge is those up to 5 cards that are face down. So, I mean, that's most everything I've said. That's pretty much how to play. It's just, you know, how do the cards interact with it. There are a couple other rules, I'm guessing. But for the most part, you know, it's very simple. It's all about building the deck you want, playing with some cool Megaman cards, and just as a game mechanic, it's all about milling your opponent. So the games look to only be about, you know, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes long, if that. That doesn't sound like a whole lot, but if you look at Magic the Gathering, you can get 3 games in, because you have to play best 2 of 3 in a 50-minute time slot at a tournament. So, I mean, when someone says, you know, 20-minute game, that's not bad. You know, that's a normal tournament length game, especially if you're playing 2 of 3. An awesome foil right there. I love that green foil. Getting some pretty cool cards. I can't even begin to tell you which ones are rare. Let's see if they've got... Alright, so it looks down at the bottom. Common. I wonder where the rares are. The rares probably in the back. Common. Common. I'm guessing C is common. 2C3, so that's another Megaman. Looks like the same one. Common. I don't even see a set number on that. Maybe it's over here on the side. No, I don't see one. Oh, no. It's down there on the bottom. Rare. Alright, so that's your rare. Snake. Discard a Snake Man card to make your Snake Man defense +3 for each card in hand. Alright, we got another Iceman. So it looks like they're just commons and rares. Doesn't look like there's an uncommon. Kind of interesting. But they are only 10 card booster packs. And you probably saw the back earlier when I was doing the explanation of how the power zone works. But look at that back. That's just amazing. Like, they really did a good job with the aesthetics on this game. It's definitely got that fun Mega Man aspect to it. I'm not sure how large this set is, but I'm already starting to see a lot of duplication. But again, it looks like there's no uncommon slot. It looks like it's all just commons and then a rare in there. I definitely encourage everyone to get out there and just experiment. You know, look for some of these older out-of-print games that you can find cheap, just to have fun. I've been trying to track down the old G.I. Joe card game, but I can't find it anywhere for you know, a reasonable price for someone who just wants to crack some packs, make some decks, and have fun with it. Yeah, there used to be an old G.I. Joe collectible card game. It was pretty neat. It relied on red, white, blue. Like the G.I. Joe flag colors. And basically whatever their strength in one color was what you would attack. I forget exactly how to play it. Someone showed me once. I just remember it was pretty fun. And, you know, it was based off of the cartoon, not the comic book. But yeah, Mega Man was one of those games that I spent several days playing and replaying along with Earthworm Jim back in high school when I had the chicken pox. So it's always had a little bit of a soft spot in my heart. When the Nintendo systems were being re-released a couple years ago, and that the Super NES remake came out, and it had Mega Man 2. It was the Mega Man that had the elementals on it. Oh my goodness, I had to grab one. And that was back when I was at Toys R Us, so I was fortunate enough to be able to get one of the few that were released. I eventually wound up giving it away to someone who was going to play it more often than me. I mainly just got it for Double Dragon 2, I think, was on it. No, Double Dragon 2 was on the classic NES one. The Super NES one had the Megaman games on it. That's all I really remember. This actually looks like it could be a pretty fun game. It looks like there's a decent amount of variety in like what all the different colors do. So, falling objects. Spend 2, burn a power to place 2 cards from your discard pile on top of your deck. That's pretty good. I mean, the whole game is about milling your opponent out. So, when you run out of cards in your deck, you're done. This gets cards back in your deck. That's really good. Is that our rare? That has to be our rare. Yep, that's our rare. I figured. I'm really looking forward to cracking those other boxes. Again, I'm probably not going to do a video for those. I'm going to save those for myself, just to spend an afternoon cracking some packs. This is just to show you, I mean, I'm still going on packs from this one box. I mean, imagine that, 45 bucks, half the cost of a Magic or Pokemon booster box. And I've still got 4 booster packs left on this box. I still have 2 other boxes to go through, and I have 6 starter decks to go through. That's a lot of cards. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of entertainment for 45 bucks. Definitely take advantage of some of these discount websites, these wholesale websites. Go on eBay, look for some of these old games that people are just trying to get rid of. It was one of the things that I loved doing at Gen Con. Just going through the exhibit hall. There were several years where that's all we did, me and my friends. We just spent all day, every day, going through the exhibit hall at Gen Con just to do demos and to hunt for old games. There was this one year, my buddy Rob, he went through the exhibit hall on day 1, that Thursday, and bought every box of Wyvern that was there. I don't know if he was planning on reselling them there at the con when people looked for it. I do know a few years later he eventually ran a sealed deck event for Wyvern. I think he had about 8 or 10 people show up for that. It was pretty awesome. I think I still have some sealed Wyvern in my stack of just random stuff. But yeah, we would just go through and we would look for just some of these old, inexpensive games that have been, out of print for a while that no one was buying. And we would just, crack packs, have fun with it. We'd play them for a little bit, give the cards away, throw them away, bring them back to Gen Con the year after. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that one. Glow, baby, glow. Spend. Discard 3 cards to power up 5 times. That is all. So that will fill your power track. But how could you even do that? Because you'd have to play it if you already have 4 out? I don't know. I'm not sure. But that looks pretty awesome. That's the sort of card you want foil. Awesome. So that's the Grand Prix Megaman booster box. Look at all those cards. I still got 2 booster boxes and 6 starter decks to go through. This is going to be a lot of entertainment for a while. Just going through all these, sorting and making decks, having fun with it, experimenting and exploring. Megaman. So yeah, definitely try and hunt down some of these old out-of-print games. Find them on the cheap. Have a fun weekend with it. Don't worry about the collectability of it or what their resale value is. Keep it within your budget. Grab some friends, Google Hangouts, mail some out to other friends who can't be near you. Crack some packs, have some fun. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching this box opening video of Megaman NT Warrior Trading Card Game, the Grand Prix Booster Box Expansion. If you're a Megaman fan, track some of these down. If you're just looking for a fun game to play on a weekend or two, track some of these down. Again, Hills Wholesale Gaming has a lot of old games on it. As they start selling out, I've noticed that as their inventory gets low, their prices start to go up a little bit. But you can still grab a bunch of old games really cheap. Highlander, Wars, the old Star Trek The Cipher game. They even have some Force of Will on there. I think they even have Magic the Gathering, the new set, Core 2021 boosters on there. They were on sale for $85, down from $88 the last time I checked, as of the filming of this video. But yeah, just go out there, have fun, explore, enjoy yourself. As always, during this whole COVID situation, stay safe.